Just the things that I've learned, like navigating, getting to a space where I felt like I was okay being oppressed, being feeling like sometimes I wasn't enough, sometimes I was too much, sometimes I was just too different, and those are the things that happen to us a lot of the time. So I think we need to understand that and know how to work. You can't fight a system that you're not in. You need to understand that. Be in the system so you can fight it from inside. Blow it up from the inside. Eh? Yeah, blow it up from the inside.
Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling. Who you suckers think you're tripping with? Yes, I'm the boss. 745,
Jesus
white on white,
Christ.
that's Rick Ross.
Hello everyone, and welcome to The Construct. Welcome to yet another episode. If you're new here, my name is Upili Legon Mpemba, and our channel, and this channel is basically about dissecting the construction market, looking at it from a different angle and constructing differently. So on this episode, I want to do two things. I got a press job for safety boots. I want us to start having conversations around safety boots and the relationships that we have with our safety boots and the type of brands that we should be going for. I know that most of us, we are not the ones that are buying the safety boots. Is normally provided by the company, but also better you have a say in terms of if we are vocal about certain things enough, then we create an avenue for us to change it. So if you know that your company is buying safety boots, those 200 rand ones, those 200 rand ones, it's the conditions. And the thing is with safety boots, like you're in your safety boot like the whole day. The relationship that you have with your safety boots is something that is very, very important. I mean, like you spend a good depending on where you work within the built environment or within any industry. Actually, this is not just specific to construction. A lot of industries use safety boots, so your relationship with safety boots is something that is very important. I mean, they are literally carrying you through the whole day. So I'm gonna go through a couple of the ones that I picked, and just speak to I'm not going to get all technical about it, but I just want to speak in just layman terms about how I feel about certain safety boots, the safety boots that are most comfortable to me, my needs when it comes to safety boot as a woman and in construction, and dealing with different type of sites and being able, like sometimes you go from site and be wearing heels, so now you don't want to be having corns, because now your safety boots, they did you bad things. So I think choosing a good safety boot for you or your workers is something that is really important. So yeah, I think let's talk about safety boots and let's talk about corporate construction. So things that I learned in construction, guys. Okay, cool. So point one. I think I don't mean to be that dick. Like, I don't mean to be that person that's going to tell you this, but nobody cares about your dream. I think that's one thing that we need to get out of our heads, get out of our entitlement to a lot of things. I think in as much as like as the youth and all of that, like we have like all these rights and all that jazz, and we've got all of this passion that a lot of people within corporate construction, and especially like up in the upper ladder, they don't really understand what we're doing. They don't really understand where we're trying to go. We are kind of getting information from them, but it's not information that, and we are actually getting information from them and internalizing that and creating new strategies with it. So you have to understand that nobody cares about your dream. Nobody understands your dream besides you. So if you are going to be going into your job or whatever that you're doing in the hopes of thinking that somebody owes you something, oh boy, it's not going to work. Not in this industry. So if you're starting your new job, it's been 5-10 years, it's been 5-10-15 years within the same company, or you jumping from company to company, you need to understand that your dream is only yours, and it's up to you to fulfill it. It's up to you to use, it's up to you to kind of figure out how you're going to make it happen. And the only time that people are going to actually care about your dream and care about what is happening with you is when it actually works. So nobody owes you anything. So I think if you go into that understanding what you're doing, understanding that, okay, cool, this is an opportunity, and using that to create your dream, or using that as a stepping stone or ladder to your dream, great. But I need you to understand that your dream is yours. It's not your bosses, it's not your peers, it's not HR, it's your dream, and you need to cultivate it. You're the one that waters it. You have to nurture it in a way that is good and beneficial for you, but is also going to be able to kind of show your skill set and how good you are at whatever you're doing. So that's point number one. I think that's the first thing that I wanted to cover. So while we're talking about that, I think the first shoe that I want to show you guys is it's actually on my foot. Let me show you. It is. There it is. I want to take it off. Okay, cool. Let's talk about the comfortability. This one, it's really nice. Like it has like not a carpety feel, but like it's not plasticky. It's got like an underlying material of some sort that makes it really comfortable for you to put like your heel in it. Not your heel, yeah, your heel in it, but also like it has like this padding. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, I feel like such a YouTuber. Thank you for this fresh drop. Oh, I'm living my YouTube life. I'm living my YouTube dreams. So it has this padding here. I want to show you like this padding here, and it's Rebel. Oh, Rebel. And so yeah, the padding, and then like obviously the thingy at the back. It's really green. It's really nice. I'm a size 4, but this one is a bit big. I'm a size 3 and a 4, so I got a 4 in safe. I normally get a 4 in safety boots. Because like with safety boots, you want a bit of wiggle room. But I realized that even with like my socks on, it's still pretty big. So I have to make it like really. I have to make it like really tight, tight here. So when we spoke about like safety and all of that. They said, if I were to show you my safety boots, like I normally wear my Timbs, but I also like have like actual safety boots. And I am even ashamed to show you what my safety boots look like. So I'm really, 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 really excited about this. So this one is Rebel, and it's one of the, actually, I think I actually started with the good ones, because even the price point on this one, is pretty reasonable. It's about 350, bruh. And it's some people don't really care about their safety boots, but I do. Like I like looking like, I actually want to be on site, and like when I'm on site, I put my browser on. I don't play with it. Well, sometimes I look like a ghost, but yeah. So this one is Rebel, and it's 350, and yeah. But I think we'll see properly how it matches up against like the other ones, because for me, I think obviously besides the safety parts of a safety shoe, I also like it to look nice, and I also like it to be comfortable, because there's no, like I spend a lot of time, and sometimes you're in sites and you are walking for kilometers, your safety boots really needs to be comfortable, because the time you spend in these, it's a lot. Okay, cool. So let's go to my second point. There's another thing that we don't really talk about, guys. We don't really talk about, but there's this notion of new people and newcomers, not newcomers, but there's this narrative in this industry that it's a black industry. That's my second point. If you want to understand, okay. If you want to understand like this industry, you need to understand that it's not as black as you think. And the stakeholders and the true stakeholders that are carrying the money, it's done. There are a lot of black named companies, but they don't necessarily belong to black people. So I know that, like when you see like a lot of construction companies, like right now, you'll finally find acquaintance, or like a really wide name in terms of just like company names. So it's very easy for us to kind of not fool ourselves, but be under the impression that a lot of black people govern this industry, and I'd like to tell you that it's not. So I think just going into it without fighting, like we're not fighting, but we're just merely stating the facts. Like most of the people that are in power and places and that are holding a lot of the keys are not black owned. So we need to work on that, and it's not just about BEE. So the next shoe that I got is the Mercury. So Mercury, let me put it on. Did I put this one on? I did. And okay, let me get right, because I'm wearing the other one on the left, and so I can remember the feel. I know that I tested all of them out, and I kind of had a gauge. Okay, this one is a size 4 also. And it's not as comfortable as the Rebel, hey? Like, or Rebel or whatever. This is the DOT Mercury, ne? Safety footwear. And it does have the cushioning on the inside, but it's not as thick as the Mercury. It makes me feel very, yeah, like it's very hollow. Also, I got a size 4 in this as well, and as you can see, like I have to make it like really, really, really tight. But yeah, and how much does this one retail for? Let's see. This one is 230. So this one is about 80 rand cheaper than the Rebel. But is it worth it? Like 80 rand over comfortability? I think, like most people and most business owners and most construction owners, when they are buying safety wear, they know that obviously they're not making like a lifetime commitment with this person. Most of the time, you're just putting it for people on site, people that are not really temporary workers, casual workers, so they don't want to spend a lot of money. So if you are going to buy this for temporary people, I think you can. 80 rand, it depends, but 80 rand times, it adds up. So obviously for your temporary workers, I think this one would probably be the one, because it still has that comfortability in it. It's just not like the Rebel one. But as just a basic SABS approved boot, I think this one is also it's also a contender. So yeah. And then the next point that I genuinely want to cover is the fact that, okay, cool, when you're going into construction, how did I maneuver? I think the one thing that really helped me within my journey in construction and in corporate construction was the fact that in as much as you are paid to do something, it doesn't stop you from learning other avenues of the business. And it's not coming from like I'm learning because I want to, but like when you think about like the bigger picture, when you think about when you think about the bigger picture, when you think about what exactly you want to do and your dream and your goals and your objective, you also need to look way beyond just you are paid to do this and this and this for your personal growth. I mean, like for the business owner or the person that is going to employ you, it's going to be great because it's great, and it depends on how you do it also. We also don't want to be that person that is stretching themselves too thin. So I think you also need to just calculate your time, but also expose yourself to a lot of the other departments in order for you to see the holistic operation of the business and for you to understand it better for your dreams, goals, or objectives. So I think that's another thing, and that I think helped me is the fact that I didn't just concentrate. Like I was friends with everybody. Like within like my whole career, I've been friends with a lot of engineers, a lot of like different stakeholders. In order, not that I'm gonna turn into be an engineer now, but like I know exactly what happens, and I know how you move in the game and how they socialize and all of that, and like basic concepts of just engineering in order for you to actually know what you're doing. So if you are a quantity surveyor, I'm not saying that just stick to that, but you can also see how the engineers move, how the architects move, like just to get a more holistic holistic approach to the built environment and the ecosystem. So you'll be able also to kind of navigate yourself better and be able to establish those relationships with different stakeholders, but also understanding where they're coming from with their different grievances and nuisances. And like how sometimes there are certain stakeholders that will annoy you than the other ones. So I think sometimes it's easier when you actually understand, like have a gauge of what they're doing and a gauge of what is happening in the market. So you'll be able to understand them better and receive their messages or whatever, that interaction, or just build an interaction better. So I think that's the third point. This is very, very, very important. And I think I learned this very later on in my career. BEE means fuck all. It's very sad. It's very sad, these news that I bring to you live on The Construct. But it is very true. Like, in order for you to build your career here and build what you need to do in terms of just working within the environment, if you're gonna think of yourself as a black person, if you're gonna approach yourself as a black person and thinking that something is owed to you because you are level 1 automatic, you are going to get the surprise of your life, because people will find ways to maneuver. Guys, that is a conversation for another day, and we are going to have the BE conversation. We are going to have the BE conversation. That conversation I am saving for a creamy day, just a creamy day, and I want the right people to have the conversation with, because BE is the thing. We need to understand that in as much as, yes, it's supposed to help us and all of that, that's not really what is happening. We are still facing a lot of obstacles as just entrepreneurs within the built environment, but also people that are employed and also and all of that. So people are not just going to employ you by virtue of you being black. They try for the companies that are trying to decrease their BE scores, but at the end of the day, all you are is a drop in the ocean. So stop thinking of yourself as just a black person, and do your job, do it right. Do your job, do it right, and do it correctly, and move in the way that distinguishes you, not just as a black person, but also from your skill sets, from your creativity, and from the way that you move in the market. So just BE is not the end all and be all in construction. And I learned that when I will do a story time. I think I should do construction story times, actually. Because people are ridiculous in here. So my last boots, guys, I got 2 boots for myself. So I had to get something for Hadi as well. So I decided to choose this for him. And it is the Rebel, without the, in Mac, there's a name for it. It is the Rebel Crazy Horse Black. Yeah, Crazy Horse Black. Like, my man is a size 10. The nice thing, this is when we actually picked this, he was like, when he wants a safety shoe, he doesn't like something with laces, because I don't know, because he's just a fancy boy. No, besides that, but like sometimes laces themselves are a health hazard, not health hazard, a safety hazard. So it's nice to just have something that is a slip-on. No, but this one is for the big boys. This one is for the big boys. Even the price itself, how much does it retail for? It retails for 1,155. So this is for your MDs, your CEOs, like it's dude, like it's crazy. Like, even the leather, like like how, like, even the leather, like, just to feel, like, even the leather, just like feeling the leather, it's so different. And then obviously, like, you slip your foot in, no laces, so it's kind of like quick and go type of thing. The inside, let me wear it. But he gave me a review, and he's like, the thing is, my man is in corporate, so he's not really a safety guy type of safety shoes type of guy, but he was like, he'd really recommend these because he's tried a couple, like, obviously, like Msebenzi. Ooh, guys, repeli. Ooh, can I see? Repeli. Ooh, very nice. Guys, the comfort of that is inside here. It is 1,000 rand comfort. Like, it's so comfortable. Like, it's like a bed. It's like, I can fit two. Oh no, actually 3 of my foot in these and still be able to fit some more. Like, and it's the comfortability. So this obviously, guys, this is a premium thingy. They also have these in like girl sizes as well. But I find that I actually struggle a lot with finding like a size 3 or a safety boot that really fits me in a way that is really nice and snug, but also not too tight. Like I always feel like I have to compromise between if it's snug, then it might be a tad bit tight, or sometimes like if I have like acrylics on or whatever, not acrylics, but like if my nails like are in that square shape and they're a bit longer, then it becomes like a tad bit uncomfortable. So I always have to kind of get like a size 4, but then a size 4, I feel like when I scrunch it or when I squeeze it too tight, then I look like a clown because I have to do this in order like for it to be really, really tight. So, like I really struggle with that. And that's another conversation that we need to have in terms of just in construction and the things that they are doing in terms of making it the safety and everything else very pro woman as well. Because a lot of women didn't know that there's like women safety wear and all of that. But that's for another episode. That's because we have like really different kind of needs as women in terms of just what we wear, our comfortability. Like for instance, like having a safety boot that will one snug my foot properly, because obviously a size 5 male and a size 5 female shouldn't be the same. It shouldn't. There are different ways of which we need to be comfortable more than a man, or differentiated than a man. I don't think a one size all approach is really something to go when it comes to safety. And it retails for 1,125. So it's a bit it's up there. It's up there. And then the last thing, guys, that I want to cover, and for us to actually, oof, so thirsty. And for us to know is that the industry hasn't changed yet. Don't go into it thinking that it has changed. It hasn't. So you have to be very aware of the circumstances that you put yourself in. You have to be very aware of the circumstances that you put yourself in. You have to be aware of the moves that you are making. You have to be aware of the fact that who are the gatekeepers and the key holders within the industry. You have to be self-aware. You need to know your own conduct a SWOT analysis on yourself. What is your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your opportunities? What are your threats within the industry? And then you'll be able to navigate yourself better, because you know what where your strengths lie. You know what your threats are. You know what could be an opportunity, because in as much as it's a crappy industry to be in right now, in terms of just everything that is happening, but in terms of opportunity, it is a playing ground for opportunity. And the crappy thing and the good thing at the same time is that those opportunities we have to create ourselves. So we have to get to a point where we understand what the threats are. And we have to be clear and very realistic in the way that we approach it, and in the way that we think of ourselves, and in the way that we navigate ourselves within our corporate spaces. To know that your type of threats would be what type of things. Is the job, are jobs really scarce right now? Are you not really getting the type of opportunities that you want? Are you really not getting the type of employer that kind of fulfills your goals? Or are you not really in a space where you feel like you can navigate comfortably? Are you in a company? What does that company do? How is it that you can cross a line with someone else from another company using the company that you are at? How is it that you can expose yourself within the company in order to grow? How is it that, like the change, you can't just quit your job and start and just be an entrepreneur, guys. It's not going to work like that. You really have to, the science and the skill that you get from corporate, and the skill that you get from having a job, and the discipline and the amount of knowledge you will get for free from just basically the people that you are working with and are working for, don't take that for granted. Don't take it for granted. Even bad experiences teach you something. So I think just understanding what you are doing, understanding where you are going, understanding what you want to do better, understanding what are the things that are prohibiting you from doing that right now, and understanding that you need to grow in order for you to be able to do something which is concrete. So I think more than anything, this episode is just being about self-aware within corporate construction, self-aware within just knowing that you're a black female, you're a black male. What does that mean for you? What are the type of companies that are out there? What are the type of companies that are striving? What are they doing? What is like? Don't look at the company names. Don't look at just the people in the face in the forefront. Look at the people that are in control. Then you will understand who is controlling the market. Don't think about Pilile there on site. Pilile there on site has nothing to do with how the whole company is being controlled. So don't look at it. Look at the people that work for it as a reflection of what the company is about. Because we've got a lot of companies that will employ black people, but will employ them to suffocate them and use them as PR pieces in order for them to look like they are black. And then you're just like, what are you doing? And those are the companies that are the worst. So don't take everything they say. They will lie. They will lie to you. They will lie. So I think I'll leave it there. I'm sure this video is long, but I think I'll leave it there. Thank you for coming on to yet another episode of The Construct. My name is Pilile Pembe again. Thank you for coming on to another episode. I hope that you stay. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. If you're here and we live here and we're all doing this together, like and share the video. Let's spread the good word. And I'll see you next time.